Experiment Lifespan 32. Today we're going to learn how to install new vehicles. We're going to learn two different methods: installing them into a default slot by replacing the existing vehicles, or by creating our new default slot by using the Modding DLC pack. With this pack you can replace existing slots and create your own. It's a great pack, it's awesome. All links will be in the description. So let's go ahead and we're just going to download Modding DLC Pack 5 by Albo. We want to actually save this file. So we're going to close that and close that. I'm going to go here to my downloads. We'll open up the DLC pack. Now you see we have all this. What we want to do is create a folder, call it whatever you want, modding, or let's go vehicles. All of this, right, all of it, drag and drop it all into our new created folder. I'm going to close that. We don't need to keep this there because we have everything here. So let's go to OpenIV. We are going to go to Package Installer. Go to our new created folder, which was Vehicles, Modding DLC Pack 5.oyv. I'm going to open it. And again, as for everything, we want to install it to the mods folder. And install. And now what we're going to do is we're just quickly going to run GTA through Rage. The second we're loaded and in, we're just going to quit. We don't really need to be in there. And this is going to be the 6th and final tutorial in this series. I hope that everybody's found all of this to be useful. And again, always read the README file. Probably should have went through that already. We're going to load it and we're going to check out that README file. It's a brilliant README. It shows you step by step of how to do all this for replacements or creating new default slots. You can add in PEDs and replace PEDs through this as well as weapons and various other things. It's not just for vehicles, but it's like the best way to do vehicles that we don't need to navigate through 40 or something different patch days. there we are. As we can see, we have successfully loaded into our game. So we don't need to be in there anymore. Now let's just go ahead and we're just going to look at this README file once again. Always read the READMEs, but this helps us with everything, right? This tells you their installation. It's all done through your mods, through OpenIV. Alright. This is to replace pads, to add new pads, vehicles, new add-on vehicles, entries for metas. But I'm going to show you how to do those two things right now. We don't actually need that. So we're going to close that off. I'm going to minimize that. We don't need it. So I've actually got two vehicles here that we're going to use. Alright, so we're going to download this charger. We're going to save it. Now this process here takes a minute or two, right? So while we're also here, we're also going to download this Tahoe. It's a really nice looking Tahoe. I think it'd make a nice little addition. And there we are. It is now downloading. Alright. So, the two methods we're going to do, right, like I said, is replace existing vehicles with the Modding DLC pack, and to actually add in new default slots like Police 8 or FBI 5 or Fire Truck 6 or whatever. You can add in however many vehicles you want by using this method. Okay, so here's our Sheriff 2, our templates, and over here we have our charger unit, the police charger. So we're first going to do this method here with the police charger. It's very, very easy. Right, so step 1, edit mode, ELS pack default. You want to go to police2.xml and throw that right there. As you can see, there it is. Now what we're going to do is go back to our GTAV. We're going to go mods folder, update x64 DLC packs, and there is our modding DLC pack. DLC.rpf, x64, levels, GTA5, vehicles, and vehicles.rpf. And as you can see, we are currently empty. So now we're going to highlight all those. I'm going to toss them in. That is done. As you can see, there is our new police car. And yep, it does this on almost all the models, so don't really worry about that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to minimize this. We're going to open this guy up. Now, we're just going to drag this, put it on our desktop, makes it for an easier access. Alright? I'm going to open you. Now this is where it's going to get, different. Alright? We're going to rename everything. So instead of being Sheriff 2, I'm going to call it Sheriff 4. Now this is going to get, this is very, very, very important. Remember that what it's called, that it's called Sheriff 2. So, Sheriff 4. Sheriff 4. And again, Sheriff 4. I'm going to get out of that. Now we're going to go back into OpenIV, still in edit mode. We are going to highlight all those, drag and drop. And as you can see, there is our Sheriff 4. Now, it's actually not, you know, the skin's not there or whatever, right? But we actually have a template here where we can have a Tahoe sign 1 or Tahoe sign 1, doesn't really matter. So we're just going to go to edit. I did this in my previous video. So here's our Tahoe sign. Now what we want to do is we want to replace it. So we're going to go to desktop, vehicles, oh sorry, desktop, what was it called again? Fixed.xml, and templates. We're going to put 21 Tahoe underscore sign 1 toss you in. We're going to save it. We're going to see what this looks like, right? Like if they include these, try them both out, see which one you like the best. And saving does unfortunately take a minute. You don't actually have to do this with all vehicles, most of them are already done for you. So that looks really, really, really bad. I'm going to go to edit, Tahoe sign 1. We're going to replace it with the other one. See what that does for us, if it does anything. And if it doesn't, then I actually have another one here which I can put on just for this purpose. And I can't share the link to it. It was actually just given to me. Right, but that looks really bad. Again, this doesn't happen with all the vehicles at all. It's just, I guess this one wasn't completed fully. So we're just going to edit. I'm going to replace that again. Where are you? There we go. Toss you in, save it. We'll also do another one just so you guys can see that, you know, it's not anything that I'm doing, it's just this file, I guess, came out like this. You don't always have to do this, but there we are. That does look much, much better. So now we need to go to our ELS, get out of here, ELS template, or ELS sheriff4.xml. Man, not having a good night. And then we are. So now is where it's going to get more complex. Remember how I said to remember what this was called? That it was called Sheriff 2, and that we've actually renamed it Sheriff 4. Well, I'm going to show you why. We need to go to our vehicles folder, and then we need to go to meta templates. Now, if these metas are included in your download, then use those ones. These ones are just generated by defaults. Open. Right here we're going to go to find. We're going to call it Sheriff 2. This brings up the vehicle metas. You need to, from the opening item bracket, scroll down until you find the closing item bracket, or the next one. The next one is called Speedo. We don't want that. Now we've copied you. We're going to go back to mods. Update x64 DLC packs, modding DLC.rpf, common, data. Then we're going to go to our levels, GTAV, and vehicles.meta. And we are just going to open that. Now, right here, I'm going to hit enter. Actually, we need to get rid of all of that. Hit enter. Close that out a bit. All these spaces, we don't want any of those spaces. We're going to hit save. and it saved it. Good. So now we're going to hit enter, edit again. We're going to change the name. Share4, and we're going to keep the handling ID. This is how it handles. Share4, and there you are. Now there's one other step that I'm also going to show you what to do, or a couple others, but we're just going back in here for a second. Data levels, and as you can see, this is also in the medics pack that we have. We need to just copy this audio hash. You can type this out manually if you want, or you can find something else that will use it. Go back to DLC packs, modding, levels 5, and your metas. Now we're going to go right here, and we're going to paste it. Now right here is what siren it's going to use, how it's going to sound, everything. So we're just going to call this Sheriff 2. Want to check that everything else looks good. We have our game name. The handling ID is the same, 4 and 4. So we're good. Now we can hit enter. Now we need to go back to here, and we need our carburetions method. So from this item line, we're going to copy all of this right down to the next item line. And unfortunately, I kind of messed that up. There we go. Control C or right click. Right click here, edit. We're going to get rid of that line like we did previously. And get rid of that line, hit enter, and there we have it. Now, up here it's called police. We need to change that to Sheriff 4. And this is how everything's going to operate with Sheriff 4. And at this point, we need to rerun GTA 5 and then spawn these in. So let's go to our GTA 5 folder, and we're going to run Rage. It might fault out for the first time. We're just going to run it again if it does. And we are almost fully loaded in. Didn't crash, so that's a bonus. And we're again on duty. So we're just going to ignore all of that, please. Just going to run over in here. I'm going to hit the F3 button. And we're going to go into our emergencies. And we're going to spawn in Police 2. Which, as you can see, is the vehicle in which we replaced by the default slot. Sorry. Time. This way you can all see exactly what this vehicle looks like, that it works. Now we're going to get out of that. Now we're going to go back to the F3 menu. We can either do this part by typing it out, or by, by searching for it, or we can go the long way around, go through the menu. Now, you know that it's called Sheriff 4, so we just need to look for Sheriff 4. And there we are. Here is how to create your custom slot, which is just adding in a new default slot that's not supposed to be in game. And this baby fully works. I hope you have all enjoyed this video, brought to you by Iceman32. Hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, links will be in the description. You'll have a good night and stay safe.